Hey guys, it's Discord again. Didn't get to do it yesterday because I fell asleep, but we're continuing on today. I'm with Fritz, but she's not back yet. I'll stop saying so much. But yeah, we've just turned into a werewolf last time, and I'm trying to remember what we were doing. Get the notepad up. Okay, so we now know about the gold plate jewel. We don't have anything of that. That's the beast. Is that the beast one? We got like new murders now, so we can start asking new people. But we've also got the ability now to smell stuff, which I don't think we can do here.
I really didn't want the butler to see me change.
Yeah. Oh god, what's happened? That was weird. But we got basically more to explore now. So let's get going. I don't know if the Easter eggs still work. Sorry, we're clicking all four corners. Trying to think of all the places we've used the. Used it here yet?
The magenta traces were too weak.
Teal.
There was definitely a
Right, so.
I'm here.
Hello.
Sorry I'm late.
That's fine. You're literally about a minute since it started.
I was like, go take the dogs out. Bucky goes.
I could
Tallulah's too
tell with
busy
my
staring at a person, like a kid on an electric scooter going up and down the street. So I'm like, okay, now she's not going. So I brought her back in. I went to the toilet. Mum and Dad come back, so I'm having to explain. It's like, Bucky went to the toilet, Tallulah didn't.
Oh dear.
And then they were going over what happened at Dr. Regis. That was Jesus.
Oh dear.
Dinner is now being made, so eventually you'll have to
Oh yeah, if you have to dip out at some point,
quickly.
that's fine.
I say quickly. I don't know if we'll end up watching shit in the meantime, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. It's not. You don't feel like you're not mandatory that you just come here.
It is mandatory. My name is in the title.
I
It
can
says
remove you
with
if you want.
Fretzer. No.
Okay, Jesus. Right.
Nobby just couldn't conceal his odor.
I think I'm streaming to you in this channel, so
Yeah, I can see it.
I've lost the mouse. I've lost the mouse.
Oh, you're doing what I did earlier.
Oh, so I've had an idea. Since I need to learn more After Effects, I've only like a tiny bit through my course.
Yes.
Is I need when I have the time off, is to learn a bit more. So do you know what I was saying about like the whole driving home thing? I was going to do it like sideways highway. I was thinking if I do the car interior, little monkey hands on the steering wheel, and have it try and make an effect where you can just see the there is a way you can do like the road moving forward towards you.
Yes.
Is have like little not hood ornaments, but like in the interior of the car, like on little figures on the dashboard.
Yeah.
And maybe
Or
like
bobbleheads, a little
yeah.
dangly air freshener type thing.
Since I'm learning, I can learn how to do them motion things now. I was thinking that'd be good. Like have this, and have my current one, and then after say 2 minutes, it cuts into that one, and it rotates every now and again.
I guess.
Like have starting soon, like on a sign that comes every like 10 seconds or so, just like. Well, that's what popped into my mind. I was like, ooh, I might have to write it down because I need because I'm running out of space now on the starting soon thing. So yeah.
Stop running out of space.
Malachite. So we're just using our smells now. We'll find out who's who with these scents.
There
and
was definitely.
Yeah.
Navy blue. That would have been probably Grimes.
I guess the navy blue scent had to belong to Commander Vimes.
You guess.
Or is it because most likely if Nobby was there, he would be there?
Find out for definite though.
There was
Right, let's go and talk to old. Oh, can't talk to Gargoyle. Okay.
Old stink face McGee.
I can't remember what he's Gubby or something like that. Gubbins.
Gubbins. Nubbins.
Oh, I'm bringing that to a horse.
I went over to Horst's quarters, but he wasn't there.
Well, then just go in. Right, maybe we can talk. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say maybe we can talk to Doggo.
Woof woofs.
Yeah, so we've only got magenta with flashing dots around here, so there's nothing.
The trail led then.
Right.
I'm back.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Do you see scents as colors?
Nah, I'm just a dog.
How did you know what I was talking about?
I just had to think about what the things I could smell would look like as a colour. Wasn't too hard.
Can you go through those colors again?
All right. There was the general bright green mist of the River Ankh, right?
Right. And the hideously unbearable
Oh.
blue fog is you.
Hey, it was only unpleasant a short while ago.
You're telling me.
Then you've got a trail of
me.
purplish red with flashing dots, which is where somebody passed through the cemetery.
But we don't know who.
Right. And if you don't follow it before the smell of the Ankh drowns it out, you'll just have to wait until you find it again somewhere else and compare it.
Okay.
I had a feeling that the envelope wasn't something.
I wasn't
Tempting as it was, I decided not to start attacking
people with the crowbar.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Especially a dog.
T-
Gaspode.
get a beat.
I don't think I just turned into a wolf. Did I turn into a wolf here? I think I did temporarily, but I couldn't actually sniff anything. Fuchsia cloud.
There was a certain similarity between the purple and fuchsia scents. They both belonged to women.
What you're saying? That all women smell the same?
Maybe we
How
don't.
fucking dare you?
I mean, it's
The
definitely
two
incorrect.
scents had a superficial similarity. One was more supernatural than the other, though. That's where I first smelled it. Something had...
And that's where I first dealt it.
Wow.
Yeah, that Resident Evil earlier.
Mm.
It did creep me out a bit, so I will be wearing the Heartmate monitor.
Big
Yeah.
baby.
Do you want to play it?
Such a big baby.
Are you going to be playing it?
Such a big baby.
Exactly.
I don't own it, so there you go.
I mean, technically you do because I'm connected to my library. So, roll.
Yeah, until every 5 seconds it's like,
I
hey,
was
this
pretty
person
sure
wants to
some
use their
mail-
library.
I-
And I'm like, oh fuck.
Well, I wouldn't do that to you in my library.
Yeah, you would.
Nah. I never need to. Du-du-du-du-du-du-du.
We're having burgers. I can smell the onions. Nom, nom.
Ooh. Dark green blob. Do we have the dark green?
The scent was too...
Dark green blob. I bloody keep.
Sorry.
That's fine. I keep clicking on the bloody wrong item. No. I clicked on the notepad notepad
Nupid.
notepad that time.
Nupid.
Where are you, Carlotta?
She's probably at the opera house.
Oh,
The
okay.
never
magenta
not gonna
scent
make
wasn't
that
female.
Joke. But you still won't understand
green-
it.
Not... It was... It was...
Oh, I got get off. Oh, yeah. Do 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 do.
The
Do
apple...
do 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 do. I can't click off the.
The
Goddamn.
only...
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to click. There we go.
Although they were similar, one had a much sharper quality. Down by the... It was... The Ankh smelled much worse than garbage.
Don't have a green one.
Well, get a green one.
I don't know how I
The
would.
se-
Don't ask
The
me.
green... The magenta trail, I guess it must be...
We knew about that,
The
yeah.
green scent smelled like vegetation.
Vegetated, so... Where do we know anywhere that's got...
Plants.
Where would you know anywhere that's got that, though? Mausoleum?
Plants, it could be vegetable stuff.
Please insert CD1.
Garden.
Turning in...
I don't think we know... Do we know a garden?
I don't know.
Lieutenant's office. Dun, dun, dun. Teal cloud.
The maroon... It's...
No.
If there was a nice Deathwood for smells, the judges would have a tough call between Gaspode and Nobby for most original odor. The cloud of teal-colored scent
Most
was the
original.
smell of death. Although superficially similar, there was no mistaking the metallic
No
maroon
mistake.
scent for the sharp smell
No
of the Thebian red wine.
Is that okay?
Even I know who that bloody maroon is.
Well, of course it was the same scent.
I mean, clearly it's Gaspode.
I like how in wolf form you just bark.
Got to keep up
It's like-
appearances.
So what are you barking at? Nothing. Just shut up.
Back behind the desk, I see. Hello, Luton.
Hello, Luton.
Hello, Luton.
Alright, can we get anything? I don't know if we asked him before about the murders.
I don't
Do you know
what
anything
we
about
asked him
some
about
kind
anything.
of beast stalking the streets?
No,
Give me a break, Luton. I don't know everything.
but you do, mate.
Yeah, Luton. I don't know anything.
Oh, I don't know. With little thing I don't know then.
I don't know.
Ah, hey there, father.
What about this merchant that you said was
It's like,
murdered?
okay.
I can't discuss that with you.
Well, you must be able to tell me something.
The
no.
guilds like to keep these disputes to
Secrets.
themselves. You know what I mean? You'll have to talk to the Merchants Guild.
Hey, I will talk to the Merchants Guild.
What can you tell me about the murder at Unseen University?
Nothing.
Nothing.
The university isn't being cooperative. Old Vimes is saying that because it's murder, it's our jurisdiction. But they're arguing that they can handle their own affairs. It's all got
Right.
political.
That doesn't help the inquiry much, does it? You mentioned the murder of one of the patrician's clerks before.
Yes.
Yeah,
What can you tell me
Yeah.
about that?
that he's dead.
That's all
He's dead,
your
Jim.
in-depth inquiries turned up?
Not as easy as that, you know, making sure someone's really dead. He might have just been playing dead. Anyway, he was killed in the palace.
You must know more than that. Or is it that you can't tell me about it?
If you want to know more, you'll have to find out yourself. Sorry.
Never
Sorry.
would have guessed it, Nobby.
Useless.
Since I'm no longer a suspect, would you like to tell me something about the counterweight killings?
Sorry, Luton, still can't
Oh,
discuss it.
Fucking hell.
Well, you probably can. You just don't want to.
Yeah.
Some moss found where I was murdered.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Can we not smell the moss? Wake up and smell the moss.
I guess I'll see you around, Nobby. I'll try to avoid it, though. Let's face it, Nobby was no oil painting. Unless someone did it with their foot.
Oof. I can't see my cursor. There we go. Let's go to cemetery for a second. Insert, please. Please insert CD2. I don't know if I can smell the thing in my inventory.
Some moss.
Okay.
Some moss.
Where is the thing we need to go? Merchant Guild. Okay. That's what we wanted. It's Dante's messaging.
The Merchants Guild was the youngest of the Ankh-Morpork guilds, founded in self-defense by the city's traders and shopkeepers, when they realized their role in the grand scheme of things was to be robbed. Robbing fat merchants, it seemed, was a perfectly socially acceptable, even heroic thing to do. Consequently, they weren't the friendliest of guilds either. I wasn't holding out much hope that they'd help me. Evening.
Usually is when the sun sets.
Is everyone in this city as smart,
Wow.
Alec?
Who's he?
He used to be a regular at the Mended Drum. He made a reputation as a know-it-all.
A mended
Used to
drum.
be?
The Mended Drum is a bad place to use the phrase, no.
Where did they find his body?
The Shades. And the Diesel Gate. His kidney down a well in Dolly's sister's, I think. Bits of his innards all over the place. Sounds like he had a lot of guts.
E.
So how did you end up working on the
Please
door?
kill him.
Oh, there's only so many good positions to go around.
I take it this isn't one of them.
Oh, it's not that bad. I get to hear all the interesting news with this job.
And has anything interesting happened recently?
Oh, yes.
Such as...
We got a new kettle. Much nicer than the one with the leak that we used to use.
You boiled water in a kettle with a hole?
Well, we made a lot of steam anyway. It wouldn't stay in the cups, though.
And that's the most exciting thing that's happened here.
Oh, exciting.
Wow.
If you want exciting, you should see the new colour scheme in the coin shaving room.
Come on. Someone was murdered. Wasn't that exciting?
Oh, sure.
Why didn't you mention that?
A guild policy. We're not to discuss the incident with outsiders.
What's all this about coin shaving?
You haven't heard of coin shaving?
No, I didn't even know they grew hair.
Well, you take a coin and you carefully shave off some of the gold, which you can then melt down and sell. Easy money.
I think I see a problem with that.
Yeah?
Well, I didn't think there was any gold in Ankh-Morpork dollars.
Well, there isn't. And not anymore. We kind of shaved them too much.
So what do you use the coin shaving room for?
We keep the kettle there. It sets off the new decor superbly.
That's why you redecorated it?
No, we used to keep the old kettle there, only all the wallpaper fell down.
Because you're steaming. Oh dear.
I don't understand.
Funny.
Why is it guild policy not to discuss the murder?
Well, as you probably know, we formed the guild to stop the dreadful habit of visiting heroes robbing all the fat merchants.
Yeah, I heard that.
Ah, yonder lies a fat merchant, they'd cry, using that special landlord a flagon of your finest ale hero talk. Let us relieve him of some of his ill-gotten gains. Pon my scalliard. Next thing you know, they'd robbed you blind. That's the thanks you get for years of service.
Years of service carefully mixing sand in the sugar and switching the number plates of the donkey carts.
Hey,
Did you get
that's a
the
very
number of donkey
stilted
cart?
view. What about all the other top-quality bargains we offer?
Ah, yes. All those once-in-a-lifetime, never-to-be-repeated, absolutely didn't fall off the back of a cart offers?
Exactly. Plus, we keep the economy of the city running.
By giving small sums to the less smelly beggars?
Annually, yes.
You were telling me about guild policy.
Ah, yes. Anyway, it was decided that it would be the Merchants Guild's policy to fully further the aims of its members, advertise the civic charms of Ankh-Morpork, and beat 7 kinds of hell out of anyone with a leather loincloth.
Advertise the civic charms of Ankh-Morpork?
Are you saying you don't like Ankh-Morpork?
Oh, no. Absolutely not. I heard what you guys did to Castroaster.
Damn straight. He got tired real quick.
This doesn't explain why you can't discuss the murder with me.
Well, the Merchants Guild is supposed to be the shining beacon that shows the rest of the world how unsurpassably wonderful Ankh-Morpork is.
By robbing them blind?
Oh,
Hey, watch it.
Sorry.
Watch it.
Continue.
Anyway, the point
well,
is,
it
it's bad
doesn't make
publicity if
sense.
we're seen to have a murder in our
Dude.
ranks.
Couldn't you sell it as a tourist attraction?
What?
You know, come to Ankh-Morpork, site of the infamous counterweight killings.
Show some respect. A merchant lies dead, struck down in his prime.
So do half a dozen other people.
True, but they weren't merchants.
Do you know what I was thinking of doing recently as well? That was all my best ideas come when I work. Probably because I'm not actually doing work. But I figured I'd do the sound alerts because nobody ever redeems them. So I figured I might do what Mazone does and put them in these point system thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just figured so people can use them then. Don't have to spend any money.
So how exactly do you go about advertising the civic charms of Ankh-Morpork?
We pursue those misguided people who publicly fail to recognize the many attractive points of this fine city.
Pursue?
Yes, we hire
City.
large gangs of men with ears like fists and fists like walnuts to point out that Ankh-Morpork is in fact a marvellously clean and decent city in which to live. A process whose ongoing nature might be swiftly curtailed if they don't shut up right now.
I suspect they see sense.
Oh yes, even if their eyes are a bit swollen.
So,
Do you recognize this moss?
I don't know anything about that.
I had a feeling. Tempting as it was. I had a... I suppressed... I would...
Okay, so we've asked everything. No, why are you walking away? Like, no, for fuck's sake! I didn't even. clicked on-
Al-Khali was still following me.
well, fuck off.
I hate when I just accidentally just slightly
Mind if I
click off the
ask
screen.
some
He's like,
more
oh, I'm just going to walk
questions?
away. Right. So we do what we do with any new person. Go right to the end of the book and start going back through. Right, go on, sword.
I didn't want this.
Okay. Next one. Go play Jill.
The Jew...
No. Merchant's Matter.
About this merchant that was killed.
Sorry, I'm not allowed to discuss the incident with outsiders. A guild policy.
It wouldn't hurt to tell me the broad details, would it?
It would hurt a lot. They'd throw me off the roof.
No one's going to know.
I'd know about hitting the ground.
Is it really that important to you?
The Merchants Guild takes its policies very seriously.
So it seemed. I had to find a way to exploit that. Do you know anything about the murder of the reader of esoteric occultism?
I can't help you there.
He's going to say about the rest of them, but
Have you heard about the counterweight killings?
Who hasn't? It's the talk of the town. A gruesome serial killer in our own backyard.
Ankh-Morpork, where major political events are never talked about, but grisly murders are discussed over the dinner table.
Hey, if it isn't local news, I'm not interested.
Oh, of course. 10,000 killed in a pogrom in Omnia is irrelevant. But Ankh-Morpork man stubs toe on the Magdalen Bridge. Oh, that's news.
Someone stubbed their toe on the Magdalen Bridge?
Never mind.
right. What's next to ask? Bestial attacker.
There's talk of a bestial attacker loose in Ankh-Morpork.
Go to bed.
I was wondering if it might have killed that merchant.
I had like loads of sleep
Wonder
yesterday.
away. But I'm not discussing the incident with you.
Damn.
Damn.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
No one I know.
Do you know anything about Reagan's murder?
I can't help you there.
As soon as he says, do you know anything about Reagan or anything he's murdered, it's like, okay, he's not going to answer anything because he's just asking in a weird way.
What do you know about the murder of Mount Malachite?
I can't help.
Can you think of it?
I can't.
Yeah, he's going to answer that. Right, that's next one.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conkers?
No one I know.
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
No one I know.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
No one.
The guy behind
you know-
me.
Yeah, the one is literally just a bit standing right behind me. Like, say hello, Alkali. Hello. Alright, we've got nothing else to ask him then. It's like a waste of time. I don't know where to go now. Oh god.
Go somewhere.
Apparently I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, go to bed.
Too early.
Bedtime. Night night.
The two scents had a superficial similarity. You couldn't possibly get mixed up between the bright cyan stench and any other smell in existence. Perhaps that was the point. I could recognize faint traces of the hideous trawl perfume in the dark cyan scent. It seemed that the scent belonged to Sapphire. Dark, there.
It's now 12 hours. Okay. Let's scare the shit out of Mankin.
Much as I'd enjoy ripping Mankin's throat out, the Octarine parrot wasn't a great place to change into a wolf.
Or is it? Right. That's what Mankin was.
Nobby's odor was like no other scent on the disc. There was a hint that
I'm trying. Yeah, dark blue puddle. So we don't know obviously don't know who the killer is. So we can't really work out what the scent is. Let's go through all the areas again. So let's go from start to end. Right. So Von Uwald can't go back to death yet. There's nothing really go back to death about. The bridge maybe. Killers, but Sen, Ankh Sen, nothing else here. Okay, right. So that's an area we can't go in there at the moment because it's busy. Rooftops in there. Can't go there because Nobby's there. Can't go to Cafe Ankh. There's nothing really there.
turning into a wolf, I was...
Yeah,
The palace was due to buy some more wine. As far as I could tell, they would be collecting it sometime soon.
Oh.
I didn't
Oh, really?
Can we not climb in? Crowbar. I know we're not supposed to have crowbar, but... Oh, wait. Shit, wait. Okay, I guess we are supposed to have crowbar. Oh, yeah, because we got back from Nobby, didn't we?
Yep.
I had a long wait, but it paid off.
Well, I guess we got to the next bit then. That's a lot of meat.
There really wasn't anything useful I could do with the barrels.
Why are the barrels suddenly 10 times smaller? You've shrunk.
Did they go through the wash?
Maybe.
I could hear a conversation on the other side of the door, but I couldn't quite make out what was being said.
Child and Navy sent.
What was Commander Vimes doing in the palace?
Can I turn into a wolf in here?
No, not allowed.
Probably
No
not.
dogs in the house. No dogs on the carpet.
That's obviously going to be...
It was the same red wine, of course.
magenta.
Although they were similar.
Okay, so it's not that one. Try all the purples.
Magenta, 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 magenta.
It was the same scent as my killers.
He's in the Patrician's palace.
Maybe he is the Patrician.
Maybe he is the Patrician.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perhaps silence. Perhaps I should.
Oh, I get it. So I couldn't hear, but dogs have higher hearing, don't they?
Yes.
So pretend to a wolf and then click on the door.
As I could recognize one of the voices as Commander Vimes. The other voice had the calculating tones of Lord Vetinari, the patrician of Ankh-Morpork.
Are you any closer to a solution for our mutual problem?
No, sir. I've been occupied.
Indeed. And what could occupy you?
There was a string of copycat killings. I've been trying to solve them.
And have you?
No, my lead suspect was killed.
That is very unfortunate.
It certainly was for Luton.
So there has been no progress in determining who killed Cypher.
Not as such.
I had been given to
Cypher, no
understand
swipe.
that this was precisely the situation you were well equipped to handle.
I will solve this case, sir. You can count on me.
Do you recall what I said the city reminds me of?
You said it reminds you of a clock, sir.
Indeed. Big wheels and little wheels, all turning at different speeds to keep the machine working. That, after all, is the most important thing. The machine keeps going.
You've told me this before.
Do you know why it keeps working?
Because you want it to keep working?
I'm flattered that you think I have such importance. But no, it keeps running because the people believe it will keep running. Faith is a powerful force.
Is it?
There is a
Yeah.
point to this, sir?
I always have a point. Sometimes it's sharper than others.
I'm sorry. Continue.
One of my clerks has been found face down in a vat of wine, and that makes it appear as if the administration has lost control.
And the administration is me, right?
We are all the administration. You do the work, and I take both the credit and the blame. Provided I do not take the blame, I am content. I trust I make myself clear.
Perfectly.
Suddenly, I could smell blood.
He's been stabbed.
It filled up my senses like a night in a forest. Except a night in a forest didn't make me want to tear someone's throat out. I didn't know whether the guard had cut himself or if I was just developing a healthy bloodlust, like any young werewolf. But I couldn't control myself. The
Okay.
next thing I knew, I was in my office. I had no idea how I got there, how I got my coat out of the palace, or where I'd got a traffic cone from. It had been that sort of night.
Why is it always a traffic cone?
I was sitting at
I
my
don't know.
desk, thinking over the
It's
case,
the
when
wizard.
there was a knock at the door.
I understand you've been a busy boy, Luton.
It's a busy life when you're a private investigator. Plus, you get to see interesting foreign places and learn a trade.
There was a commotion at the palace last night. Perhaps you know about it?
Why would
What
I?
goes on at the
Why
palace
would I
has
know that?
nothing to
I mean, would I know that?
Indeed, it is not. And if, for
enough,
some
it smelled
reason,
like
you
wet
did
dog.
take an interest in
And
the
it smells
palace,
like
I'm
wet
sure
dog.
you would not be so
It was a rough
foolish
night.
as
I mean,
to
it was a
caught
bad
breaking
night.
into the palace.
Of course
I
not.
must think I'm
Think I'm
barking mad. I
suicidal?
mean, mad.
Strange you should say that. I heard you'd been killed.
I expect you hear a lot of things that aren't true. I bet someone has to explain them to you using very small words.
The thing is, the intruder at the palace appears to have been a werewolf.
There's a lot of that around this time of year, I understand. Must be the moon.
I paid my respects to your grave.
Oh, that was nice of you.
It was empty.
Oh, you know how it is. I get claustrophobic in narrow spaces.
So do werewolves, perhaps?
I wouldn't know about that.
Remember when I said how disappointed I was that I couldn't take you out for free?
Oh, that was a very touching sentiment.
Well, Lord Vetinari has generously offered to pay for the inhumation of last night's intruder.
He has a big heart.
It's a shame no one can find
Apparently
it.
my mum's
Was there
been
a
writing
point
in the
to your
chat, but it's
visit?
not appearing.
Is she? She's not banned, is she?
Let me refresh.
Yeah, it doesn't say she's in chat.
That's weird.
Tell your mum to refresh, maybe.
Watch your steps, Luton. I will be.
We've just missed that last bit because I clicked the screen, so I apologise. But you can see tap subtitles anyway. Oh, there he is. It says D's not in the chat, so this says it's you, Banana Bot, and Sound Alerts. Maybe this is why people never really chat. It's like something's broken it. Let me.
All right.
Oh, it's because she's talking in your chat.
Oh, that's why. All right. I'll sort it out in a sec because I need to go for dinner.
All right, no worries.
Be right back.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Love you.
Love you too. Welcome. I'm just reading back on your chat and everything. That was a nice ride to the beach. So we did go to the station. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Exhausted. Been a long week. Nice bit was to do. Yeah, she told me about that. Why is Nobby Irish? I don't know why Nobby was Irish. Just the voice sounded like it. It's like you didn't even. Oh dear. I just noticed you're in Pritchard's chat. I was like, oh, that's why. He's could have caught that. Right. Can we get in the other way now? Oh, okay, cool. Just walk straight in. Or not. Because that would be too easy. No, great. Ah.
The only connection with garbage was the quality of my reasoning.
Riley. Okay. Oh god, I clicked outside the screen. Why can't I go inside? Why give me like that view if I can't go inside? I don't know where to go next now.
There was still no... He could be anywhere.
Alright, we've done that one. Done that. Maybe Saturnalia.
Saturnalia was locked up
Okay.
tight.
Never mind. Dark green blob. We could try the moss there again. That's where I got it from, I think.
The dark green scent was clearly vegetable in origin. The scent... The magenta. I guess it must be the murder.
Ah, didn't mean to do that.
I followed my murderer's trail back to the Temple of Small Gods. This was the other side of the window behind Mooncalf.
That maybe you're supposed to go back in there. I'm not going to be able to turn into it, though.
I didn't want to transform in such an exposed area.
Let's go talk to Malachips.
I need your help again, Malaclips.
They'll all need my help sooner or later. They just don't know it yet.
What do you know about the murder of the patrician's clerk?
He wasn't killed. He's been smuggled out of Ankh-Morpork by a team of crack Ephebian ontological guerrillas.
Ontological guerrillas?
A vicious band of terrorist philosophers trying to spread their doctrine that our existence is purely an abstract experience mediated by a limited sensory experience, which cannot be relied upon to provide accurate perspectives or any true reality should one exist.
Sounds plausible.
So, they got to you too, did they?
Right.
I heard a prominent merchant was killed.
That's right. A gangland killing by the Shin-Kicker Triad. They told Bjorn Iron Trader to stop trading with their rivals, but he didn't listen to them.
I don't think that's the murder I'm interested in.
Maybe it should be.
What about the reader of esoteric occultism? Do you know about his murder?
Internal politics. It is of no consequence to the world what happens inside Unseen University.
Even if they accidentally summon hideous demons from beyond space and time?
As long as they stay inside Unseen University, no problem.
Anything else? Can I ask him about maybe about the beast one, but that one.
I've heard that something bestial stalks the streets of Ankh-Morpork.
You'll have to be more specific than that. Why? In the sewers alone there's the albino alligators, the ratkin, and the abominable night soil. And then there's some of the citizens.
Forget I asked.
Right.
I'll have to go. The truth is out there.
Trust no one.
I need a painkiller. Put them on my last 2 tablets. Get some more next week. Go talk to. Can I transform here?
I didn't want to.
Okay. Right. Tell me why I can see behind you.
I have some more questions.
Ask them, if you must.
Did your church buy that window?
We are not a church, we're a cult.
What's the difference?
Demographics. Churches appeal to the high society element. Good for funding, but bad for grassroots support. Now, your average cult has much more of a street-level membership. Not so much money, but easier to get things done.
Well, did your cult buy that window?
No. It was purchased by the Eternal Seers of Revelation Joe many years ago. It depicts the moment when the Divine Prophet was given the recipe for pizza by the Creator.
How come you're working in front of it?
The Eternal Seers ran out of support decades ago.
It figures.
Right. Oh, I didn't ask thinking about the moss. I'll ask him in a minute.
I've heard that a bestial creature stalks the streets of Ankh-Morpork.
Indeed. Oh, perhaps the apocalypse is already upon us.
The apocalypse?
I knew.
The end of the world. The triumph of the ice giants.
The tea time of the gods. The time when the creatures from the dungeon dimensions will break into the world again. Well, allegedly. The legends are as unreliable on this as they are on most things, hence the name. It's not too late to repent and join the ranks of the faithful.
I'll pass if it's all the same with you.
Ask if he knows anything about. Yeah, see if he knows anything about the.
I asked
ones.
Mooncalf where he was when the murder took place, and he.
Okay.
I asked.
And yeah.
The. What?
Ha 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 ha! You should talk to Malaclips, the man priest over on the other side of the temple. I'm sure he'd be delighted to talk to you about golden swords.
Now let me get the.
No.
No,
Those who.
they want to talk
Well,
about that. We know that already. Alright. Talked about the moss.
I need your help again, Malaclips.
They'll all...
Right, what is this moss?
Do you recognize this moss?
Is it Gerald?
Gerald?
My pet lichen?
No, I don't think so.
It could be. Servants from foul old Ron's conspiracy kidnapped him many years ago for a purpose unknown.
Are you sure they didn't steal it to add flavor to their boot soup? It sounds more likely.
Possibly. It's always so hard to be sure.
Oh, it doesn't help me at all.
I'll have to.
Wait, there's nobody over that way now. Mooncalf, do you know anything about this moss?
I have some more.
Ask them.
Do you recognize this moss?
I prefer to involve myself with more spiritual matters.
This is spiritual. You never know.
Well,
Did I tell...
Right. Some bugger off out there.
Mind if I ask some more
Where's
questions?
a cat?
As long as they're not about the incident, be my guest.
Hey, it's about moss, actually.
Do you recognize this moss?
I don't know anything about that.
Well, fuck.
Well, goodbye.
No, okay, I guess you can't stay in there.
My usual, please.
Luton, you're...
What? Is my tie not done up straight? Is there an unfortunate mark on my nose?
I heard you were dead.
Perhaps I am. Get me a stiff drink. How about a whiskey?
Don't you want something with it?
All right, put another whiskey in there.
Drinking like that'll kill you.
I'm dead already. You didn't come back here to drink, did you? How's business been?
Poor. Sapphire's missed several days. I don't think she's coming back.
You could be right.
So this is the small talk to win me over before you start grilling me again, is it?
You may be onto something there.
I hope you know you're not making any friends here.
Don't need any.
Do you recognize this moss?
If you asked fewer questions, maybe you'd get more answers.
I had a feeling. What did you find out about Mundy's coin?
It's bad enough that you've stolen it from me without me sharing everything I learned with you.
You didn't learn anything, did you?
That's not strictly true.
You learned it wasn't worth anything.
If it had been, do you think I'd have given it to you?
That's fair. Alright, start. Okay, so gone sword.
I didn't want to discuss the... This was...
It's gonna be that case of most of these items.
The jewel wasn't...
Yep.
I decided not to bore Mag... It was probably bad enough to have had one in his establishment without me going on about it. Tempting though it was to watch the little rat squirm. I hear a prominent merchant has been killed. Heard anything about it?
All I heard was that someone in the Merchants Guild got killed. That's all I know.
Apparently one of the wizards up at Unseen University got themselves killed.
That's right. The reader of esoteric accounting or something.
Esoteric occultism, yeah. How did you know that?
I was speaking to Mrs. Forms earlier.
Mrs. Foames?
She's the head chambermaid up at the new hall.
Ooh.
One of the halls of residence?
Yeah, the big
Yeah,
one
you're
that
actually
runs off from the
communication.
huge library.
What did she have to say?
Just that this wizard had died in mysterious circumstances. Although she sounded like mysterious circumstances are pretty normal up there. It'd be a nice change if someone died in unmysterious circumstances for a change.
Can't be easy working at the university.
You couldn't pay me enough to make me work there.
Oh no? No amount of money would make you work there?
Well, obviously not a huge amount. For enough money, I'd do anything.
Anything?
Well, not involving fish, broccoli, or vinegar.
Do we not? I was hoping we'd get a bloody location for that.
Do you know anything about some kind of beast stalking the streets?
Leave me alone, Luton.
I guess we can ask.
Do you know a
All these
troll
again.
by the name of Jasper Horst?
I know a lot of people. That doesn't mean I want to...
Okay, so that's a note.
Do you know anything about Reagan's murder?
No, don't even...
What have you heard about Malachite's murder?
Nothing.
Come on. You know there's no point lying to me.
I heard you done it, alright? Happy now?
I thought it best not to... I'd bring... Just rem...
Alright, there's nothing else we can talk to about. Okay, right. Is there any more on the notes board?
Wanted, bed maker and laundryman for Unseen University.
Ah.
$2 for each day survived. Contact Mrs. Foames at the new hall.
Yeah, nice. Alright. Where is it? Don't tell me I did it too quickly. Son of a bitch. Is it? I have lost.
Al Kali was... Wanted.
There we go. And... Am I being blind? There's nothing here. Right, just wait. Right,
Wanted,
touch it.
bed
at all.
maker and laundryman for Unseen University. $2 for each day survived. Contact Mrs. Foames at the new hall.
Okay. Right. There we go. It's a bit dumb.
Unseen University was positioned along a large stretch in the River Ankh, and its campus was convoluted enough that it was hard to tell where the university ended and the city began. It would be wrong to say that the people of the city respected the wizards of the university, and it would be wrong to say that they hated them. In fact, all you could really say was that both the citizens and the wizards were glad of the wall that stopped them from having to socialize on a daily basis. Mrs. Foames,
Yes, I am she. What do you want?
may I come in?
No, you may not.
I've come about the job.
Is that a fact? Very well, you may enter, but wipe your feet. I won't have the help messing up the carpets.
Fair enough.
Now, you've come for the job, Mr.
Luton. And yes, I am interested in the job.
Well, as the head chambermaid, the decisions about hiring staff falls on my shoulders. Do you have any experience?
No, but I'm a fast learner.
Well, the pay is $2 a day. There are no perks. If you want it, it's yours.
Why not?
Can you tell me about Unseen University?
It's not the business of help to discuss their employers.
I had a feeling. Do you recognize this moss?
I have better things to be doing than talking to you, you know.
Okay, there's a no then.
I was brought.
Okay, no. Let's start going through.
I didn't want to this was.
Bam, 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 bam.
I'll take the job. When do I start?
You can start now by making the beds. The dorm is through that door. I advise you to leave before the students get back.
Why?
Boys will be boys, Mr. Luton. And apprentice wizards are the worst kind of boys imaginable.
The jewel wasn't the kind of.
Fine.
Do you know anything about Cypher's murder?
Murders are hardly a suitable topic for polite conversation.
Have you heard about the recent murder of a rich merchant?
Murders are hard.
Is it dangerous working here? Only I heard that one of the wizards was murdered.
Don't let that bother you, Mr. Luton. The affairs of the staff are not our concern.
You don't think I'm in any danger?
Goodness, no. The odd death is just the natural course of campus politics, I'm afraid. It's a shocking turn of affairs, but we mustn't question it. Dead men's pointy boots, and all that.
Da-da-da. Right.
Dead men's pointy boots?
Yes. No questions asked as to the manner of their emptying, if you know what I mean.
I see.
Oh,
Do you?
Murder.
I didn't mean to cut that. Anything else?
Do you know anything about some kind of beast stalking the streets?
I have better things.
Okay.
Do you know what?
Not any.
I'm feeling that. Regan's murder, night runner like that. Collar.
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
Not anyone I know.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conkers?
Not anyone I know.
Okay.
Do you know?
Not.
No, I mean, click that. Click that. Okay, there's nothing else we're going to learn from her.
I guess I'd better get to work.
Very good.
Can I turn into a wolf now?
Mrs. Foames could.
Right, can I...
The dorm was full of the jangling sense of the students, but the most surprising thing was the octarine board. As a wolf, I smelt the words on the board. The chalk marks showed up as sparkling traces against the odorless board. It seemed to be a list of subjects the young apprentices were studying. Occult perils of lace-making, basic myth and monsters, principles of thaumic imponderability, and temples of the Great Nev. Under the list of subjects were the words, "You must read a chapter on each before the next lecture."
Doesn't help me at all.
I tried to write on the octarine board with the chalk, but I couldn't see what I was writing. The chalk marks were invisible to my eyes. I was pretty sure I'd learned all I...
Okay.
For a brief moment, I considered actually making the beds. Fortunately, good sense prevailed.
Okay. Do we get that chalk or... No.
Not in front of the porter. I'd definitely get thrown out.
Porter? Who? Oh, him.
What are you doing here?
The name's Luton. I'm working for Mrs. Foames.
You're the new bed maker, eh? Well, you can't come any further than this, Luton. Wizards only in the library, thank you.
Wizards
Thank you.
only?
Well, wizards, apprentices, and orangutans.
Are you a porter?
No, I'm a Bledlow. And there's a difference, all right?
Is there?
What's a Bledlow?
We look after the students.
Look after them?
Just like the watch looks after the city.
You throw your weight around and beat them senseless when they do something wrong?
That's about the size of it, yeah. You don't mess with the lobsters.
Lobsters?
Just a nickname we've picked up over the years.
Why?
If you see us get our hands on a student, you'll understand.
You make it sound like you're hunting them down.
Of course. All students are guilty of everything.
Creepy.
Where are all the students?
They're off playing Unseen University Challenge against the students from the Assassin's Guild.
What does that involve?
I don't know. Given the way most sports are conducted round here, it probably involves a very careful inspection of half the pubs in Ankh-Morpork.
What makes you say that?
Heard of the City and Guilds?
No.
When the guilds started setting up their own colleges, there was a lot of rivalry between the various students.
Rivalry?
Well, the university students used to be ambushed by gangs from the guilds, really.
Used to be?
Well, given the faculty's relaxed attitude to sudden death, most of the staff preferred dead students on account of them being easier to teach. But I gather the guilds decided that enough was enough because all the bodies around the place made it very hard to open doors.
So what did they do?
They founded the City and Guilds Match. See, the idea was to carry a football right from the outskirts of the Shades to the Tower of Art, goals being scored by kicking the ball through the door of certain landmarks.
What sort of landmarks?
The sort with names like the Mended Drum, the Bunch of Grapes. The scoring team was bought drinks by the other teams, you see. And after a few years, the Arch-Chancellor ruled that only one goal could be scored in each pub since the match had, for 3 years running, it had gone on for a month.
What's this got to do with Unseen University Challenge?
Well, the university tends to leave the City and Guilds Match to the guilds. They prefer a more cerebral challenge.
Such as going straight to the pub, not passing go, and not bothering to come back?
That'd be my guess, yes.
So they're not coming back?
Well, they'll be back. They need to come to the library to get their course books.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Do you recognize this moss?
I'm just a Bledlow Luton. I don't know anything about that.
It took long enough to bloody explain, though.
I had a tempting as...
No.
I was...
Right. Asking questions.
Have you heard the expression, dead men's pointy boots?
Of course.
What does it mean?
Well, towards the upper levels of magic, where the number of positions get few and far between, wizards advance primarily by the untimely death of their bosses.
And the pointy boots?
Well, the point is, no questions are asked as to the emptying of those pointy boots.
Okay.
The jewel was... I didn't want to discuss the golden sword with this was clearly something that was worth... Do you know anything about Cypher's murder?
It's not me place to discuss murders, Luton.
But it is.
I hear the reader of esoteric occultism was murdered.
Yep. Old Matham was so full of poison, even the worms wouldn't touch him.
He was poisoned?
That's right. Right here in the Widdershins wing of the university.
You don't sound concerned.
I just keep an eye on the students. The wizards can do what they like to each other.
What did I learn? Poison the wood.
Who do you think killed Matham?
Well, that shouldn't be hard to work out, eh? Just see who fills his shoes.
You think it was an internal matter?
I don't see why not. No one else has got a reason to be killing wizards, have they, eh?
Helpful, man, helpful.
Do you know anything about some kind of beast stalking the streets?
No,
Don't know anything about that.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
no one I've heard of.
Do you know anything about Reagan's murder?
It's
Okay, he's not going to want to talk about any murders then.
What do you know about the murder of Mount?
He's going to say, I'm not only about murders.
Yeah.
Alright. Guess we'll come back later.
I tried to head down to the...
Oops.
wizards only in the library.
But I am a wizard. See, I can do spells and stuff. Rugged and
I
unlucky.
searched the unlocker, but found nothing I wanted to think too hard about. The only interesting thing I could find in the unlocker was some books. Given the smell of the unlocker, what have we got? Occult Primer, Monster Fun Grimoire, Fullamyth, The Theory of Thaumic Imponderability, Lost Temples of the Great Nev. I searched the unlocker, but found nothing I wanted to think too hard about. Unlike the other unlockers, this one seemed to be levitating a few inches above the ground. Probably one of the students' cantrips that hadn't worn off yet. As for the unlocker's contents, the less said about them, the better.
So I've got a book now.
I guess the rumors about the students weren't true. They did do some studying.
Wolf stuff again?
I was pretty sure I...
Okay. And notebook.
One of the Bledlows up at Unseen University had told me that the reader in esoteric occultism's name was Matham, and he'd been poisoned in his room in the Widdershins wing.
Okay, so maybe we can go back to Nobby now.
Mrs. Folmes?
Well, what do you want? I haven't got time to waste talking to you, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't be out. Notebook.
The wizard was poisoned, I hear.
I think you could use a little less gossip and a lot more work, Mr. Luton.
Okay.
I get...
Yeah. We're just gonna get the fuck out of here. Go talk to Malacliff. Malaclips, sorry.
I need your help.
That
What about the reader of esoteric occultism? Do you know about his murder?
internal politics. It is of no consequence to the world what happens inside Unseen University.
Even if they accidentally summon hideous demons from beyond space and time?
As long as they stay inside Unseen University, no problem.
What do you know about the murder of the patrician's clerk?
He wasn't killed. He's been smuggled.
we know that one.
Which
Sound...
so
maybe we can go and talk to what's his name up there? Leonardo, that's the one. And Leonidas.
It always looked much easier in the clickies. Can I ask you a few questions?
Well, we are a little busy at the moment. Can it wait?
How long?
Just a day or so.
No, then it can't wait.
Very well. What did you want to know?
Right, now we can actually talk to him.
What is that thing you're working on?
It's my flapping wing flying device. I had put it to one side, but I had an inspiration and decided to go back to developing it.
What was the inspiration?
It occurred to me that if I modified my turning the wheels with pedals and another wheel machine to turn the spinning blades radiating from central hub, I might be able to produce a flapping wing flying device that could be driven forward by a human operating the pedals with his feet.
Will it work?
If we can to be solving the minor problems, it might just maybe will be yes.
What's the problems then?
What are the problems you're experiencing?
Mainly weight. If it is going to fly, it has to be light. But Two Conkers has suggested using bombastic wood for the frame, which is extremely light for its strength. I have to rate one of my floating designs to get enough of the stuff, but it should work.
If weight is a problem, why does it seat 2 people?
The patrician said he would be most interested in the device if it could be used to fly 2 people.
You don't know why?
Well, he said he was interested in how far you could travel in it.
Come to think of it, I suppose Vetinari might be interested in getting a long way from the city in a hurry one day. Could you fly a long distance in it?
I imagine you'd get very tired. Still, if it were moving over a flat surface, you might get some additional lifting things up force reflected off the ground, which would mean it would be easier. I call this the reflecting some of your lifting things up force off the ground effect.
Well, this is all very interesting, but it isn't helping my case much.
Let's try actually asking for that stuff then.
Do you recognize this moss?
That might just work.
It may to be of much sureness.
Never mind. I still haven't worked out what this is for.
That's nice.
To be a coin from Sota, that much is clearing. Had one at Dig in Sota, just like that.
Are you sure it's a coin?
Sureness hard to be.
You got that right. I suppressed...
Okay.
I knew full well that asking either Leonard or Two Conkers about any of the murders would...
Okay, then.
I knew... Does Dead Men's Pointy Boots mean anything to you?
What are you being said?
This jewel that you're looking for, Two Conkers, are you sure it's here in Ankh-Morpork?
As shoring as I can to being. Found inscription in hole, in Dig, in Sota, leading to city here.
And what language was the inscription in?
Inscription in Sortian is being.
And how well do you speak Sortian?
Oh, at leasting as well to be speaking your language.
That's what I thought. I found the golden sword I was looking for. It had a slightly curved blade and seemed to have quite a heavy end.
Sounding like a falcon.
A falcon?
I believe he means a falchion.
Yes, to be a typing of blade for slashing. Like a scimitar, but with weight at end.
With a weighted end.
Thanking you.
Okay.
I knew full one of
Yeah.
the...
No.
Do you know anything about some kind of beast stalking the streets?
Yes, you can use it if you like.
You didn't listen to a word I just said, did you?
Be my guest.
Do you know what
I'm sorry?
Okay, he's gonna say no to that. I'm not going to know anything about the murders, so...
I doubted they...
It annoys me that I can't get in there, and it's like a big open hole now.
Who would Sir like to see this time?
See the
Can
count.
I see the count?
I am not in a position to know how...
Still here, I see.
In a sense.
Right.
I already told you that...
Do you know anything about Cypher's murder?
I already...
Does Dead Men's pointy boots mean anything to you?
They use it at the Unseen University, do they not?
So I understand.
It is accurate. The wizards do have pointy boots. It's traditional.
I think it has some other meaning.
That would explain why I have heard it mentioned in the guilds. Their boots are seldom pointy.
Doesn't help me, though.
Do you know anything about jewels?
Jewels?
Count.
I can't.
There's...
Right.
What about...
I'll be there.
We've already gone through that last time.
Well,
Butler.
Who would Sir...
That was
I'd like to...
I will get...
Wait, oh, shit. I would like to see Carlotta, he said.
While the butler was gone, I slipped into my wolf form. A purple scent stretched across the hallway, and I instantly knew it was Carlotta. But that wasn't all. The richness of her odor told me something else. Carlotta was a werewolf, just like me.
Just happened to become human again.
It seems that Carlotta is not in her room.
Take a message. Tell her to meet me at the Café Ankh later tonight.
As Sir wishes.
If Carlotta was the werewolf who infected me, I wanted to speak to her as soon as possible. Sheesh! You'd think a guy could take one kiss and wake up the same shape next day, wouldn't you?
Hopefully she should be there. There we are.
You wanted to see me.
I tried to reach you at the mansion, but you're never around when I need you.
You never need me when I'm around.
A funny thing happened to me the other day.
You arranged all this just to tell me an anecdote?
It's a funny little story. I think you'll like it.
I'm listening.
The other night, someone stuck a sword through my ribs.
Ah, it must have been someone who knew you well.
The thing is, not long afterwards, I was in my coffin thinking about it when I realized I wasn't dead.
That was lucky.
Luck was not a factor. Why did you do it, Carlotta?
Do what?
Make me a werewolf.
If I hadn't, you'd be dead. Would you prefer that?
That's not the point, and you know it. You did something to me that was going to change who I was for the rest of my life, and you didn't even tell me.
I didn't think you'd understand. Besides, it wasn't as if I planned it.
Are you telling me you turned me into a werewolf by accident?
How long have you been a werewolf now?
Not long.
Have you felt what it's like? That force that pulls on you, that draws your attention to every jugular, pulsing with life? The irrepressible call of fresh blood? A sudden attention to the phases of the moon?
I have to fight to keep control.
We all do. Coming to a city of 1 million people, it's like a starving monkey wandering into a banana plantation. You learn to live with it.
And you decided to infect me with lycanthropy?
Infect is such a negative word. I prefer blessed.
You think this is a gift?
Of course it's a gift. It's the greatest gift I could give to someone. And I chose you.
Why?
You're a smart man, Luton. Figure it out.
Still, though.
Do you
Consent.
recognize this moss?
I'm sure you can think of something better to ask me, Luton.
I got a key from Reagan's body. It led me to this. It's empty.
It's empty.
Mean anything to you?
No, nothing.
Fucking sounds like it's empty.
Now that there are no secrets between us, do you know what this is?
I've no idea. Some sort of coin?
Dear Lord.
So, how many people have you killed?
I'm not that kind of a werewolf.
I suspected you were a killer even when you were just a woman. Now, I'm certain of it.
I was never just a woman.
You expect me to believe you've never killed anyone?
I have a lot of self-control.
It didn't seem that way when we kissed.
Don't mistake passion for a lack of self-control.
Do all werewolves see the world the same?
Everyone sees the world differently, Luton. That's what life is all about.
I meant the colors. Do you see the same colors I do?
What color is the smell of the river Ankh to you?
A kind of cacophonous bright green.
I guess we do then.
Whoever killed me had a distinctive magenta scent. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Doesn't ring any bells.
There was something else about it, like a kind of fluorescent sparkle.
Like a greenish yellow-purple?
That's the one.
That's octarine.
Octarine? Sounds like a type of fruit.
It's the 8th color of the spectrum.
8th?
The basic color of
Like
which
he said
other
that, even though he
colors
saw
are
he knew
merely
about the
pale
chalkboard earlier.
shadows impinging on conventional reality. The color of magic.
Conventional reality?
Hey,
Or
it's
what
the name of the
passes
book.
for conventional on the disc world.
What's that supposed to mean?
If I always knew what I meant, I'd be a genius.
So what smells of octarine?
Anything magical.
Then how come I've never seen it before? There must be 100 magical things in the city. Unseen University should glow like a sparkler.
Mortals can't see it, only wizards. Although we can smell it, of course.
That doesn't explain why Unseen University doesn't reek of it.
Well, it fades quickly in sunlight, and in extreme cases, walks away.
Well, I've learnt a bit more, so that's good.
Reagan's dead.
I'm not surprised.
You don't seem to care.
Everybody dies, Luton. Mundy, Reagan, even you.
What's your point?
No point. That's just life.
Where were you when Reagan was killed?
When was he killed?
Shortly after dropping you off at the Temple of Small Gods.
Well, there's your answer then.
Okay. Anything else?
I told Carlotta when Malachite was murdered, and asked her where she was at the time.
I was at a service then. Why do you ask?
A service?
I happen to enjoy services.
I bet I would too. Why don't you invite me to one?
I wouldn't be allowed to bring an unbeliever.
How do you know I'm an unbeliever?
I doubt you believe in anything.
A man can change. Don't you have a recruitment policy?
I'd rather not talk about religion. It's such a controversial subject.
Yes.
I can't help but notice that your recurring alibi for the murders is that you were at the Temple of Small Gods.
Everyone needs a little solace now and then.
You seem to need it a lot.
I'm not easily satisfied.
Which god is it that you worship?
I really don't like to discuss religion.
Come on. I only want to know the name.
All right. Her name is Errata, but I don't appreciate you prying into my spiritual affairs like this.
Can I pry into your physical affairs?
My affairs are never just physical.
I bet you say that to all the boys.
Okay. I should really save, but wait till we've discussed all this.
Tell me about this goddess, Errata.
I already told you, I don't like to talk about religion.
She's not like then.
He's
the god of Omnia.
Is that the place with the Quisition? All the overzealous holy wars and tortures?
It used to be. They had some kind of reformation, and now they're just overzealous about singing rousing hymns and distributing fundamentalist pamphlets in the street.
Well, that's a kind of torture all of its own.
You're telling me. I got cornered by one of them last week. How do you think I know so much about it? It was 3 hours before I could get them to
a
leave.
very yummy burger.
Thumb
Yum, yum, yum.
screws would have been quicker.
What a roast today we
replaced.
did. We had chicken roast. It's really nice. Right. So we found out Carl was a werewolf and that the wizard was poisoned. So we've got a bit further.
Do you know a woman named
Just ask
Ilsa
them
or a
random
man
questions, everybody
named
now.
Two Conquers?
Be careful, Luton. I don't.
Ugh.
I wasn't about to ask. The person who killed Mundy hung him upside down and poked his eyes out. Can you think of any reason they might have done that?
What? No. Why should I?
Well, you knew Mundy. I didn't. I thought you might have an insight on it that I didn't.
Did Carlotta kill Mundy?
Did you kill Mundy?
What? What do you think I am, Luton?
It's got nothing to do with what I think of you, Carlotta. But the Watch are investigating, and if they find out about your connection with Mundy, you're bound to be a suspect.
So why are you asking me if I did it?
Let's just call it professional curiosity.
Yes.
If I had done it, would you turn me in?
That depends.
On what?
On why you did it.
Why?
You don't strike me as a moralist, Luton.
I'm a simple man, Carlotta. I have simple ideas of what's right and what's wrong. The trouble is, things are seldom that simple. It's always somewhere in the middle ground. I try not to jump to conclusions. In my line of work, that can get you killed.
That must be a tremendous incentive to think everything through.
I do my best. You still haven't answered my question.
I didn't kill him, Luton, if that's what you really want to know.
Do you have an alibi? I told her when the murder took place and asked her if she had an alibi. I wasn't surprised when she did. Frankly, I reckon I could have said any day and any time, and she'd have had an alibi. She was that kind of woman.
There are witnesses who can corroborate where I was.
And where
She
were
heard
you?
what I
I
said.
was in the Temple of Small Gods.
Spend a lot of time on your knees, do you, sister?
We all need a little absolution.
For your sins?
Everything I do is a sin in someone's eyes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I think we've asked all that before, so... Is anything else? Anything new? Right. Let's get the
Where
fuck
can I
out of
find you?
here.
I'll be around.
That's not very helpful.
What can I say? I go where I want to, with anybody I want. I just happen to be that kind of girl.
This isn't over, Carlotta.
I hope not. We don't have to be enemies, Luton.
We'll never be friends.
Let's not
Hello.
fight, Luton. We can work together, recover the sword together.
I don't know who you are anymore.
I'm the same girl I ever was, Luton. It's you that's changed.
You're telling me.
You know, Luton, you don't have to work with me. You don't have to say anything, and you don't have to do anything. Not a thing. Oh, maybe just howl. You know how to howl, don't you, Luton? You just pull your jaws apart and blow.
After Carlotta had left, I sat alone in the cafe, thinking about my problems. As bad as it seemed, my life was still better than it was a few years ago. Back then, I would have sat alone in the cafe, drinking through my problems.
Fair enough. Oh, Samel was just listening to
Mr.
the
Luton.
whole conversation about us talking about werewolves, then it seems.
I heard nothing.
I seemed to forgot that Samuel was in the room. Shit. Right, do you know anything about this?
What do you know about the goddess Errata?
I wouldn't know any.
I couldn't exactly slip the fact that Carlotta was a werewolf into casual conversation.
Even though he was just across the table from us. I'm pretty sure he's about...
Carlotta's a werewolf?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about some kind of beast stalking the
Is
streets?
that
Sorry,
actually a
Mr.
genuine
Luton, I don't know.
surprise?
I didn't see that.
Thanks
bit, so-
again. No
Yes.
problem, Mr.
I mean, it's kind of hinted at, like, hold on. Like, the fact she's got, like, a werewolf stained glass window. The door of the mansion has wolf heads on it.
Time?
They're wolf heads?
I'll be going.
It's
then.
it looks like either that or fox heads. With, like, little pointy ears and snout. Snout.
Who
Snoot.
would Sir like to?
The count, please.
Can I see the count?
I am not in a.
Okay.
Still here.
In a sense.
In a sense. Right, let's go ask Because you can't ask Death about the murders, because he's not allowed to talk about them.
Have you heard of the goddess Errata?
Eh? A goddess? Yes. Yes, she was. I always liked your mother. That's why I married her, I suppose.
Okay.
Is he
dead? No. You'll know when he dies.
How?
I will swing my scythe.
Do you have to do that?
No. But when I appear in person, I am required to separate the soul from its body.
Why?
It has symbolic value.
Do you know Errata?
The goddess of misunderstandings. Yes.
What's she like?
Chaotic and confusing. But she has a certain sense of justice, I think.
Justice?
All the gods are sentimentalists at heart. Of course, I never let that sort of thing get in my way.
Or the highway. Alright, now we've got like a new thing up top, temples and gods. We're getting so deep in this game.
Gotta go deeper.
Where is the thing about Carlotta? There we go.
It seems a woman that I've been involved with is a werewolf.
Indeed.
Her name's Carlotta. She's the mistress of the house, I guess.
Carlotta, Yes, of course she is. Couldn't be part of the Von Uberwalds if she wasn't, You'd be a werewolf too if you married her.
The Von Uberwalds are all werewolves.
What?
Really? How do you know that?
How do I know that, eh? How could I not know that? I was married myself, you know. Do you remember my wife?
Yes.
No.
No.
Before your time.
No one was before my time.
Are you sure about that? Right. Can't ask him about murders because he just says the same thing. I can't talk to you about murders.
Well, goodbye. I'm sure we'll meet again.
Oh, you
Though he
can
does,
be certain of
though
it.
Luton did say he wanted to try and slip him up. Which I feel that then the deaf's going to go bugger. That's a very deaf thing. Can we? So we know as well, like the smell, the magenta sentinel, or the sparkly one is
The
got
magenta
Octarine
traces were
now.
too weak to be accurate.
Who is it?
I was pretty sure that Malachite's murderer was the same as mine. Of course, I survived the operation better than the big dumb troll did. Around the...
Nope.
So the magenta smell has the colour of magic in it.
Yeah. It even eventually went, the colour of magic.
Although they were
I was like,
similar,
I said the
one
name.
had a much sharper quality.
Well, that's what Octarine is.
Yeah. Alright, that doesn't help. I can't talk to that anymore, so... I'm getting to the point now again where I'm...
Wandering.
Yeah. No, I clicked on cemetery.
Or did you?
Yes. There you go.
Or did you?
I'd lost the trail. The trail led to the Temple of Small Gods. Then I lost it.
So the flashing dots, yeah, that's Octarine.
It was probably... Although they were similar. Although they were... The trail... Then...
Damn it.
So the murderer is someone who uses magic?
Yeah, so far then, I guess, yeah.
Mind if I ask some more questions?
Was that
As long as they're
would
not
make
about the
sense if it was
incident.
Octarine
Be my
mixed in
guest.
Unless they just use a magic weapon. I don't know.
What do you know about the goddess Errata?
I don't know anything about that.
I couldn't exactly slip the fact that
tell
Carlotta
it's
was a
Robert Llewellyn.
werewolf into casual conversation. Well, good.
Oh, see you later.
Well, bye.
Mrs. Folmes?
Well, what do you want? I haven't got time to waste talking to you, you know.
Well, what do you want? Alright.
It's funny because that's the same voice actress that does the female voices in the other Discworld games. Because it's the one, the secretary voice and that, like shape up and stuff. I can't remember what she says.
I couldn't exactly slip the fact that Carlotta was a werewolf into casual conversation. What do you know about the goddess Errata?
I have better...
Okay, she's going to say that to fucking most of the stuff. She doesn't not want to give any information out. She just wants me to work. Guess we can go back to... I haven't been to Stopopus Large yet.
Excuse me.
Kate Robbins, yeah.
Just thought we could have a little chat.
Oh, all right then.
All right.
Make it quick.
I'm busy.
Right, fine.
I found out about the murder at the university.
Really?
His name was Matham, and they found him poisoned in the Widdershin's wing. Tell Vimes.
Mr. Vimes?
Believe it or not, I want to get to the bottom of this case as much as he does.
I don't think anyone could want to get to the bottom of a case more than Mr. Vimes.
These are interesting times. I found out about that Clark cipher. He was drowned in a vat of wine.
If you say so. Lucky for some, eh?
Helpful.
What about this merchant that you said was murdered?
I can't discuss that with you.
Well, you must be able to tell me something.
The guilds like to keep these disputes to themselves. You know what I mean?
But the
You'll have
guild's
to
not
talk to the
telling me.
Merchants Guild.
For God's sake. Yes, I've already been to the Merchants Guild. Don't know why you're giving the bloody location again. I've already been there one time.
Have you ever heard of Dead Men's
Maybe
Pointy
you've got
Boots?
to go there again.
No.
There's
What
no
is it?
reason to.
Something they mentioned at the university. It's possible that murder was something to do with internal politics. It used to be that the one legal way to get ahead as a wizard was to kill a more senior wizard.
Really?
I seriously doubt it.
I wouldn't suggest that of the Merchants Guild.
Why not?
They're a bit touchy about that sort of thing at the guilds. No one likes an ambitious person.
That's why you've got so many friends, Nobby.
It mentions that maybe now we can go back.
I guess
Kate Robbins is what happens. Okay.
Kate Robbins is what happened.
Kate Johnson? Wait. Kate Robbins?
Mind if I ask some more questions?
As long as they're not about the incident. Be my guest.
It's about the incident.
It's
I
like-
hear up at the Unseen
Dude.
University, they talk about dead men's pointy boots.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Really?
Yes, they ask no questions about
Yes.
how a wizard's shoes were emptied.
Operate the same policy here, do you?
What? Hey, what are you implying?
Well, you
Encourage
know,
characters killing up
here
the
you
senior
are,
wizard.
stuck on the door. Then a merchant gets killed, leaving a vacancy in the hierarchy.
I did not kill Gaming.
But there aren't any witnesses to that, are there?
There aren't any witnesses at all. He was alone in the guild house when... Oops.
Thanks for the
Hey.
information.
Wait. Don't tell anyone I said anything. They'll lynch me.
I'll keep quiet if you tell me everything you know.
No, I've already said too much.
Well, it was good while it
I don't think I've
lasted.
watched the series.
Now all I had to find out was how Gaiman had been killed.
Wait,
And
what?
I had a feeling I wasn't
What?
going to learn that here.
No, I haven't seen it.
Adding to the list.
I'd laugh if I just hear your mum downstairs going, "What?"
Well, goodbye for now.
I can hear something from your side.
Jump to that. There's the list. Updating the list.
I haven't seen much of anything. We got to watch that movie tonight anyway.
So, okay, right. First, so you've not seen The Colour of Magic?
Mm-mm. I've seen Gone Postal.
Going Postal.
Yeah.
Going Postal.
I
Okay,
think I
have
saw a
you
tiny bit of that got Hogfather. Shame. It's not like I've chose not to watch him. I just haven't. It hasn't come up. I think I've seen a bit of Hogfather years back. Yeah. No excuse. I actually got some excuses. My family
There's
didn't
no
grow up.
excuse.
My family didn't grow up with Discworld, so.
There's no excuse.
My mum liked other stuff. She likes horrors. My mum likes horror. My mum is a horror person.
But that.
You too.
No excuse.
Right. So what information we got now then?
Ah, great plan. I'd just change into a werewolf in the Pseudopolis Yard reception. That really wouldn't help clear my name.
Would be funny though. So we didn't.
They updated the list.
You was on DVD. It's fair.
Yep. All of them.
So,
just thought we could have a little chat.
Oh, all right then. Make it quick.
Maybe if we talk to him about the merchant thing now.
What about this merchant that you said was murdered?
I can't. The guild's like.
No, he's yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, I know. We just found out from the guy though that there was no that, but I haven't got the information.
I'll find it.
Yeah, so we got that. Like we got. You went, oh shit, he messed up.
I guess I'll see. Just thought we could have a little.
Oh, all right.
Maybe
then.
for Christmas
Make it
Day.
quick.
Have you ever heard?
No.
Okay, we've already gone
It
through
used to be.
No.
I guess I'll.
There's no, we've got like so we just talked to this merchant guy and he just told he went oh shit like that, but then we've not learned anything new.
Mind if I ask some?
Like
I hear up at the.
Yeah, I've heard.
Well, here then
I did not.
But
there aren't any.
when you
He
listen
was
to it.
alone in the guild
Is
house
it?
when. Oops.
Thanks for the information.
Wait. Don't tell anyone.
I'll keep.
No, I've all.
Well, now all I had to find out was how Gaiman had been killed, and I had a feeling I wasn't going to learn that here.
how
Well,
have we done,
goodbye
though?
for now. Cedric. Horse. I
don't know where to go. I want to know why we still can go to the museum if there's nothing there. Insert CD1. Can I get another 2 from the rubble?
I examined the body closely, but all I could see of
Laugh, we can get another 2.
I had plenty of.
Okay, no, that's. Dear, if you got any clues, then I'm happy to accept them. Wait, why is it? I've got a crowbar on the desk again. What? Do I have 2 crowbars now? No.
Some moss found where I was murdered. The envelope had come from Reagan's safety deposit box, and I had a feeling that it was important somehow. The thing was, it seemed to be empty.
I don't know. My brain just, I can't figure it out.
Brain harder.
I don't know. The thing is that the Patrician Palace is now empty, but I can't get in there. Maybe if can I turn into a wolf? Where?
Turning into a wolf wasn't something I
Really? There's nobody. Oh, for fuck's sake! I've been up to the area up top. That didn't help me. New hall. Maybe if we go back here. Okay, let's go on. Save me again. You're good at
I need your
telling me
help.
stuff.
Have you heard of Dead Men's Pointy Boots?
Indeed. It is said that in order to gain advancement to a higher position, the Wizards of Unseen University fight a duel to the death armed only with their pointy boots.
Are you sure about that?
As sure as I am of everything.
That didn't fucking help me at all.
Not very sure then.
What about the reader of esoteric occultism? Do you know about his murder?
Internal politics. It is of no consequence to the world what happens inside Unseen University.
Even if they accidentally summon hideous demons from beyond space and time?
As long as they stay
Yes.
inside Unseen University, no problem.
What do you have in your inventory?
Moss, crowbar, envelope, grappling hook, and purse. So, not much.
I heard a prominent merchant was killed.
That's right. A gangland killing by the Shin Kicker Triad. They told Bjorn Iron Trader to stop trading with their rivals, but he didn't listen to them.
I don't think that's the murder I'm interested in.
Your message from
Maybe.
Clint.
Oh,
It
bloody
should
Mazone subscription apparently came out today.
Right.
I've already sorted in my bills anyway. Yours and Mazone's I add to my every month out list.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's always automatically there's 10 quid that comes out every month. Oh, thank you. I figured you two deserve it most.
Hydration time.
Dante gets my prime one, so
Prime.
nobody else can think of who I'd want to sub to. Mazone, at least, he's like a good friend now. He's like a close friend to us. So I still need. I might ask him at some point about the. Because he said he'd help me with After Effects at some point if I anytime I wanted help in that. Have you been everywhere again? I've been everywhere twice.
I'll have to
yes.
go.
I've like even talked to this guy out back, which usually
Not
useless.
that guy.
Mooncalf, which mostly useless. A few times as well.
I have some more
Not
questions.
nobody knows about the
Ask them,
moss.
if you must.
Did you get the bandages? What I'm guessing from
Well, I'll
the university.
Some legs and that.
University. Bandages from Malachite. Rodan's place? They were not there earlier. I was actually sure because I came back. I came back. I wonder what's triggered that then. What would be in my inventory? Because I wasn't there before Carlotta. Because I went there before Carlotta. So maybe the Carlotl one's triggered it.
Just thought we could have a little chat.
Carlotl wasn't even that long ago,
then.
so
Make it quick.
Yeah, it's odd. It's like I don't know what the triggers are for some of the. It seems like some of them have like specific triggers when you talk to someone, and then it comes back. Like, then it doesn't really give you information. Why in the world would I go back to Malachite's spot to find the bandages?
Do these mean anything to you?
Well, it could be the work of a plaster surgeon.
A plaster surgeon?
Yeah, they're cosmetic surgeons for trolls. Some troll's on the run, wants to change his face. Well, he goes to a plaster surgeon. The Watch would like to get their hands on any plaster surgeons working in Ankh-Morpork, I can tell you.
Don't you want to know where I got them?
They're just some plaster-soaked bandages. Why would I be interested?
Nobby, do you ever actually do any detective work?
Well, I'm only a corporal.
I'm beginning to understand how Detritus got to be sergeant. Do these mean anything?
That didn't help us at all then.
Do these...
No, fucking hell, I didn't mean... What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to save, because I haven't saved in ages. What the hell? Game. Bandages, what? Bandages...
Mum, he keeps saying bandages and the song keeps getting stuck in my head.
Bandages? Should I know the song?
It's a very bizarre song.
Bandages, bandages, we all have some
Did anyone
bandages.
need to change their look?
Thingy up here. Maybe.
It always looked much easier
in the clickies. Maybe two
Just
punkers.
a few more questions, if you wouldn't mind. Do these bandages mean anything to you? What are you being said?
That would be a no then, okay.
I doubt.
I would have thought, oh yes, we'd use them for our bandages. Alright, let's go through. Mausoleum's empty.
Bandages on my legs and my arms for you.
One overboard, I doubt they need it in there. New hole. No. Cafe Ankh, nobody's in there. Magician's Palace can't go for no. Temple of Small Gods. No. Russian Guild, no. Luton's Office, no. Roden's Workshop, can't be in it. Oxgreen Parrot. No.
I went over to Horst's quarters.
No. Would Sapphire be back? No, she's not back. Okay, I think she's gone forever. I don't know what to do now. Please insert CD2.
Mrs. Folmes?
Well, what do you want? I haven't got time to waste talking to you, you know.
Inventory.
Do these bandages mean anything to you?
I have...
Okay, that's a no then.
Indeed.
Alright, let's go back to here, talk to the guy. I've got his name. Porter.
Still here?
No.
Someone has to keep an eye on the concourse.
Robert Llewellyn does a lot of voices in this game, I've noticed.
Again, like, they...
Do these
back
bandages
then
mean
they could
anything
only
to you?
afford small amounts of...
I know.
I'm just
Voice
a bled
actors.
low Luton.
Robert Llewellyn's in the Actions
I
movie, by
don't
the
know
way.
anything about that.
The one I got. A small YouTuber seemed to know Robert Llewellyn. Even got Warwick Davis in it as well in the movie.
Well, I'd better
I have
leave
to
you
watch
to
it
it.
at one point. It's really good. It's basically it's called Ashen's and the Quest for the Game Child. It's basically like Tat basically. He's trying to find the biggest useless piece of Tat because there was only like a few ever made. It sounds stupid, but it's funny. If you watch his YouTube channel, it makes more sense. But I can't get in Saturnalia now. Can't get in there. I'll try Mankin.
Is this a good time for a friendly chat? Given that there's never a good time for a friendly...
I don't mean to go off.
Is this a... Given that... Do these mean anything to you? Bandages? They seem to have plaster caked into them.
No, I don't know anything
God damn
about
it,
that.
stop.
Yes, you do. You are the most useless liar I've ever met.
It's nothing to do with me. That's a matter for the watch.
The watch? They're only bandages.
That's all I'm saying on the matter. I don't want no trouble. And they are trouble.
Oh, come on, really? Nothing from
Do you
that.
recognize this moss?
If you asked few, I read that.
So he's got panicking about thing, and it went nowhere.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
That's just how it works.
I decided not to I decided...
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Do you know about the Urata ghost? I mean, goddess?
What do you know
She's
about
not
the
ghost.
goddess Errata?
If you asked few...
Fuck's sake.
I couldn't...
Swear to God.
See you right.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, whatever. See you do. Alright. Merchant's Guild. I don't know why there would anything be about them bandages in the Merchant Guild, but let's go for the bandages here.
Mind if I ask some more questions?
Yes.
As long as they're not about the incident.
No.
Be my guest.
Bandages.
Do these bandages mean anything to you?
I don't know anything.
Okay, no.
Do you recognize this moss?
I don't know anything.
No.
I had...
Oh, I swear to God.
Well, good...
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Alright. I can't think of anywhere else. This game is just getting more and more moon logic-y. Nope, nobody on the bridge. Don't know why we still have a location here. Because we can't actually do anything here. Try Nobby again. Nobby No Nuts.
Just thought we...
Oh, alright then. Make it quick.
Oh, my gums have healed, by the way.
Fully.
Not fully, but they've formed. And the gunk's gone from it now. So it's this
Okay.
where it's slowly now building. But yeah, that's
Do
what I
these mean
mentioned.
anything to you?
Well, it could be the work of a plaster surgeon.
A plaster surgeon?
Yeah.
I'll check again.
They're
Yeah.
cosmetic surgeons for trials. Some trials on the
Okay,
run.
we know about that one. Okay, that's nothing new. Moss, maybe?
Do you recognize this moss?
Maurice?
No.
Shut up, Morris.
I found this on...
No, it's like my gums like
Only it's
all the
empty.
blood and stuff like that's gone. I know
It's
this is like
empty.
this is
Why
going
would
back on
anyone put an
all these
empty
videos go up on
envelope in a
YouTube. So basically, in the
safe
future,
place?
people just gonna
Maybe
be-
they were bluffing.
for about 5 or
What do
6
you mean?
episodes.
Ew.
Could have been a
I
black
can be like
mailer's
just
envelope.
hearing of my
An
gums.
empty blackmail envelope.
Oh well.
This is just an idea, but if someone thought you knew something and you convinced them it was in the envelope, you could use it to bluff.
Nobby.
It's a stupid idea, isn't it? Forget I mentioned it.
No, it's a good idea.
But yeah.
I just can't believe you
Just
thought
gotta
of
wait for it to
Hey,
magically
I'm
forms
not as dumb as I
and
look.
closes up.
You could only be as dumb as you look, Nobby, if you were a very good actor.
I was scared though because I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh fuck, I've got like
I guess I'll see you
a
around,
dry socket.
Nobby.
Mum said, are
I'll
you
try
in
to avoid
complete
it, though.
horrible
Let's
pain? I
face
went,
it,
no.
Nobby was no
She went,
oil
you haven't got dry
painting.
socket then.
Unless someone did
You're
it with
fine.
their foot.
Shut up.
So apparently, these paintings behind. I don't know if I can. I don't know. I can. Yeah, I can't. Don't think I can brighten it up. Actually, maybe I can filter. So I found out this the other day. It is a little Easter egg. Let's see if I can brighten it up. Plus effects filter. Color correction, I guess, would be brightness. Yep. And wait, camo. So, these are locations from Discworld 2. The 2 paintings at the top, I found out.
Oh yeah, the mushroomy, foresty looking thing.
I wouldn't have known that because I've not played Discworld 2 at all.
That's the one where it's the castle in the background.
I think it's pretty cool though to have that hidden. Like it's such a dark room that you'll be able to see that, and then you're like, I'm curious now how bright this makes Ankh-Morpork. Jesus Christ, you can actually see it all on Ankh-Morpork. So if you wanted a good look at it, there you go. This made me wonder if I should just leave it that bright. It's a very dark game. Well done, man. Yeah, the only downside is it brightens all the weird greeny areas as well. Yeah, let's turn the colour correction off. Boop. Dark again. Notice board.
The story of the Sortian War, as 'twas ne'er told, Truculus and Cresilic, Hwell's epic incomprehensible masterwork, death, war, romance songs. Wanted by the
One
Watch
day.
in connection with the sale of genuine authentic soggy Mountain Dew, one CMOT Dibbler of no fixed abode. If you see this man, consider him stocked up and extremely persistent.
Have you started doing that wolf thing yet, by the way? I got your fur.
Wanted, bedmaker and laundryman for Unseen University. $2 for each day survived. Contact Mrs. Foames at the new hall.
Is there? Da-da-da!
Jesus Christ.
Where's the notice board? Is that Oxgreen board? We've already done it.
I was
That's
pretty
the one
sure
you
I'd
want?
learned all I was going to learn from using
Yeah,
my
I've
wolf
already done it. We
senses
found out
here.
about this chalk and that. Found out about this and that.
I tried to write on the octarin board with the chalk, but I couldn't see what I was writing.
It's spelled
The
chalk,
chalk marks were invisible to my
C-H-O-R-T.
eyes.
Okay, I mean, chalk. Plus, we found out about the books as well.
What have we got? Occult primer.
We didn't know anything
Monster Fun
much.
Grimoire.
Oh.
Fullomyth. The theory of thaumic imponderability.
Get my hair cut
Lost
tomorrow. I think.
temples of the great Nev.
Get trimmed down again. Yeah, there's nothing else we really found out, and Lady won't tell us more. I don't know what to do now. I am stuck.
Well, figure it out.
No. My face looks really dull. Just go. Cemetery, maybe. Symmetry.
Symmetry?
Yes. We're going to the cemetery.
A symmetrical cemetery.
Sure.
Yes. There must be an even amount of bodies to bury each day.
Can you change Nef to... Change the Nef to alkali. What do you mean?
Nef to alkali. Alkali.
What do you mean, like, go in there and rewrite it?
Maybe? The books you read out.
There was nothing in any of the books about that.
Oh, so we can look in the book. Okay.
I could write names on the board, I guess, but what was the point?
So that makes me wonder if there's anything secret now.
I resisted the urge to wipe the board clean with that. It was hardly the ideal tool for the job.
Maybe the envelope's got an octarine sort of thing on it. I don't know.
I resist it.
Okay.
There was nothing in any of the books about that.
We did find out stuff about before, didn't we? When we went to the book in the Carlos house.
There weren't any books on gods. The student, even as a human.
No, I don't want to click. I'm only trying to click on you, Luton. No, put the envelope back.
I flipped through the Monster Fun grimoire and full of myth, but there was nothing resembling the bestial attacker in
No, I've already done
read
that.
the board
I've
as a
done that
human.
already. I've done that ages ago. So the first thing I did, I accidentally clicked on the board. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he found out he liked the octarine, like, sort of colour. Before he got told about the octarine thing, I was like, huh. Like, you already know about that, Loon, so why are you asking what it is? Like, to Carlotta.
Like, what's octarine? It's like, you already knew.
Wait for attacking it, so maybe... Maybe something about Bit Monday being hung upside down.
There was nothing.
Oh my god, I keep clicking the wrong one. Have we got the words Temple Anu Anu? No. I couldn't. I've talked to him loads of times. If he's now going to give me that information about Anu Anu, I'm going to be pissed. Because the amount of times I've talked to him about random shit. Swear to God. This game is like, oh, by the way, you can go there.
I have some more. Ask them.
Right.
Can you tell me anything about Errata?
Bah! Maleclipse's deranged goddess. I do not
You
waste
watch,
my
but it's
time
this
with
one.
such trivialities.
Nope, it's not that one then, okay. I don't know. Maybe
Does Dead Men's pointy boots mean anything to you?
I prefer to involve myself.
Spiritual matters, yeah.
I asked Mooncalf.
He always seems to be over-observant.
I asked Mooncalf.
He always seems to be over-observant. Yes, I know. And he doesn't... he's
Well,
not,
I'll be...
Did I...
I need your...
Tell me about Errata.
Carlotta says she's a follower of Errata. Is that right?
Bah! I am the only true follower of Errata in the whole of Ankh-Morpork. Unless you have seen the light, Luton.
Seen the light?
Do you believe in the ways of Errata?
Sure.
How could
I'm
I
lost
not?
as well.
Surely, Errata is the most worthy of all gods to follow.
Either you've just had a miraculous conversion or you're learning to lie. Good. A useful skill in followers of Errata.
Oh my god.
I'll have to
Just
go.
dialogue. Don't... Just give me more clues. Like the spells, we're not really learning. We've learned pretty much all the spells we can get at the moment, as well. So I can't do anything else with that. I never remember it being this hard when I was a kid.
Al-Khali was still...
Like I remember like getting right to the end of the game. I'm so lost.
Big
Who
brain
would
time.
say I like to see this time?
Maybe Count will
Can
know
I
about
see
the
the count?
bandages.
I am
Yeah.
Still here.
In a set.
We talked about Rutter. Talked about that. Do you know anything about the bandages?
Do these bandages mean anything to you?
I cannot help you with that.
I swear to God.
Well, goodbye.
Sorry.
Wasting precious time here. Who would know about the bloody things though? Bandages. What do I do? Drunken sailor. I don't know where to go now. It could be anywhere or nowhere. I'm banking knows about the bloody bandages though, and he won't fucking
Is
tell
this
me.
a good time, given that there's never...
Like, the bandages, he's like,
Do these mean anything to you?
Bandages?
You don't feel
They
like
seem
it.
to have plaster caked into them.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Yes, you do. You are the most useless liar I've ever met.
It's nothing to do with me. That's a matter for the watch.
The watch? They're only bandages.
That's all I'm saying on the matter. I don't want no trouble. And they are trouble.
see, you must know something. Can I just turn into a wolf in front of him and just go, rawr?
Much as I'd enjoy...
What do I do? Ugh. I'm so confused. Oh, now I'm stuck. Why are you getting stuck on the table?
Wanted. Bet... I could...
We already had that location. We talked to him. We talked to both of them there. Right. We talked to the Merchant Guild guy. Been providing workshop. Nobody's there. Nobody's at Luton's office. Nobody. Maybe the cemetery. Maybe you have to talk to Gaspode. Fucking weird
Maybe.
occurrence that I
I'm
have
back.
to.
good boy.
Do these bandages mean anything to you?
Gordon Bennett, who do you think I am? Laddie the Wonder Dog?
Gordon Bennett.
Thanks for your help.
I live.
Yeah, shut up. Can I not pick up the letter?
The flashback was bad enough the first time.
So you can go behind it, but there's nothing to look at. Showing the Count
The
Moss.
trail, then...
Yeah, it's Death that replies though.
This was the other side of the window behind Mooncalf.
Wait, what? I clicked the bandages against the window and let me look closer. I don't know if that was a bug or not.
I was confident the silhouette belonged to Mooncalf.
Is there something we can do?
I could see that someone was on the other side of the window.
Why would this scene be in... like...
When I looked closely at it, I was convinced it was moving. There really is a limit to what you can do with a silhouette. I could see... There really...
So I'm supposed to do something with silhouette and...
There really...
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
There... I could see that...
That was a pointless bit to be able to click on. Let's go back to, just for funsies, let's go back to the count.
Who would...
Yeah, count.
Can I see... Still in...
Like, you had no reply back to 4.
I don't suppose you know anything about mosses.
Moss? Did you say moss plants?
Fuck this game.
Yes, lots of plants here. Can't remember much about
I've
them.
gone back to him and asked him about everything
The
so many times.
memory fails. There are books.
I hate
though.
this game
I
sometimes.
forget where. Ah.
I've gone back so many times and asked him
The
about the moth.
library's
Moss.
Apocrypha. All the books are there.
Yeah, I've looked at the window from the other side.
You know?
May I use the library?
Eh? What was that, my boy? The library. Ah, yes. The library's apocrypha. All the books are there.
There's a
You
website
know?
that tells you
can
game
use
tropes and
it
like movie tropes and
if
that.
it will
I wonder what the
help
tropes
your
are for this game.
inquiries. How go your inquiries?
Probably one of them would be the bloody
Have
moon
you
logic
heard
trope.
from Reagan?
No. Not yet.
This room contains the von Uberwald's Libraris Apocrypha. So, will I trust be careful not to damage any of the priceless tomes housed within.
I'll be careful.
One would be very upset if one was to return to find, sir, perhaps folding paper animals from a priceless folio edition of the Dictionary of Eye-Watering Words.
What are they?
They are books, sir.
I realize that. What are they about?
The Libraris Apocrypha is a collection of obscurities and rare volumes from across the continent. If knowledge were an animal, the Libraris would be a great dragon. Sir, by the same scale, would be a kebab on an ant's barbecue.
I'll be careful.
What I'm saying is, shut the fuck up.
I didn't really know how... I didn't really...
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I could mess up the filing system, I suppose, if I wanted the butler to eviscerate me with sarcasm the next time I saw him. A far better plan would be to use the index to look up a book on a particular subject.
You mean what I was fucking doing by clicking on it?
I could mess up.
I don't want to mess up the file. I'm fucking clicking to you actually look. Really, I've got to right click on it. So, for fuck's sake. Looks like he's fucking humping the desk.
Okay.
The books were all neatly indexed by a vast series of cards in a wooden case. It looked like the von Uberwalds were using an ancient version of Hui's octal system of indexing. It was complicated, but I reckoned I could at least use it to find out what books they had on a particular subject, and then wander around until I saw a bookshelf with the right number on it. I grabbed a book from the shelves. Jane's All the World's Siege Weapons. Fascinating stuff. If I was planning to storm a castle and I had the defense budget of a small barony. My hand fell upon the Dictionary of Eye-Watering Words. It lived up to its name. I skimmed through the section of the library that looked the most used. I found a copy of The Joy of Tantric Sex, with illustrations for the advanced student. It raised an interesting question as to which of the von Uberwald household had thumbed the pages so thoroughly.
Oh, well, in a second, I was
I
going to say how
found
much.
a copy of My Life Among the
How much
Sponge-Eating
was on there?
House-Dwelling Pygmies by General Sir Roderick Purdy. I found a copy of Stripfettel's Believe It or Not Grimoire. I learned that the average dung beetle ate more than its own weight in dung each day, but nothing that was going to help me. I could probably pick random books indefinitely if I wanted, but I figured it might be more useful if I looked up something specific. I grabbed a book from the shelves. Jane...
Okay, yeah, I've seen. Right. Moss. walk off in the back, so we'd have to animate
I
it.
found a copy of Orange Crates on the Nature of Plants. The book was a tediously detailed study of the plant kingdom, and one of the most boring things I've ever read. But I found the moss in there. Apparently it was a lycanthrope, a type of animate moss with crude locomotion, found only in the worst sewers in the most decrepit urban areas. Apparently the lycanthrope looked like harmless moss until something to eat walked by. Then they transformed into a deadly lichen and devoured their prey, at least as long as it was small enough. Otherwise, they just clung on for dear life.
So are we going to the sewers then? Oh, okay. Can we look at any other index stuff? What else have we got in here? Bandages.
Bandages? Don't start.
I didn't really know how to look that up in the library.
Well, learn. Learned how.
Oh, could use the coin.
I didn't really...
Really? The cut... Oh, there we go. He's going with the coin.
Whatever the coin was, I couldn't find anything about it here.
Well, he didn't even fucking look. Use silver on cards. Oh, yeah. Is there anything else I can... Come on, let me go in your inventory. Oh, my envelope.
I didn't really...
Okay, let's go look up the silver and cards and... I found there's thousands of sewers.
I checked through the library and found some ancient plans of the city of Ankh. There was an intricate sewer system beneath the city. It must be thousands of years old. It would be in quite a state if it was still around, and as far as I could tell, it would be under the waterline if there wasn't a drought on. Given the rains that we'd had recently, I could only find one section of sewer that might be above water. There was a shallow sewer running from the Maudlin Bridge around the rimward side of the Royal Winter Palace of the Kings of Ankh, now the home of the patrician. I guess the designers weren't allowed to put sewers under the palace grounds, which might have been why the Royal Summer Palace of the Kings of Ankh was a long way from Ankh-Morpork. That and the stench of the River Ankh, anyway.
I wonder if we can find out anything else about people. Ba-da-ba. Do we have anything else we can search?
The only time it was...
No. Don't want to click that. What else could we search? Gold plate jewel, maybe? Oh, maybe.
None of the books on...
everything.
I couldn't write off the possibility that there was something in the library that I hadn't managed to find, though. If I knew what it was called, it'd be easier.
Ah, so we've got to come back here later then. Anything else? Didn't click that game. So we know the sewers. Don't need that. Hey, what about Rata?
The only literature I could find on errata in the library was a leaflet published by Malaclips, who gave his permanent address as the only really holy corner of the Temple of Small Gods.
Yeah, right. Luton.
Luton. Stop yawning.
Ah, but Alkali, maybe?
Let's turn around and ask. He's still following you?
Probably.
There was nothing about Alkali himself, but there was a copy of Frescoes and Fatal Traps of the Temples of Alkali, which was less than enlightening. I wondered if I was ever going to find out the origin of his name. But then I read the line. The city of Al-Kali is also known for its wind, blowing from the vastness of the deserts and continents nearer the rim. A
Farting
gentle
from the
yet
vastness,
persistent breeze. It carries aromatic messages from the heart of the continent, compounded of the chill of the deserts, the stink of lions, the compost of jungles, and the flatulence of wildebeest. Well, it was a working theory at least.
Anything else? I don't think we're going to find anything else out. Anything else in here? Click. No. And
The ancient civic plans from the library led me straight to the sewer's entrance, not far from the Mortland Bridge. A relatively small tunnel was concealed beneath a pile of debris that must have accumulated over the centuries. It looked as if most of the tunnels here were actually still above the water line, or the sludge line, to be more honest about it.
Moss. Game saved. Oh, it's going to be probably one of these games where you get lost in the sewers yet. Oh my god. Apparently stupid dog is a word that you just caught.
Stupid dog, switch the game off.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I walked back out of the sewers. Oh, I don't know if this is supposed to be like a specific route.
Al-Kali was still following.
He's always following you. Turn around and tell him to bugger off.
Well, the funny thing is, horse has disappeared, so I don't know why he's still following me.
He just really likes following you.
Where do I go?
Where do you go from here?
Where did he go now? Where did he go now? Oh. I'm so lost. I might have to look up a guide for this. I'm not too sure where I'm supposed to go.
No. No guys.
Know me? Like,
No
okay, then,
guides.
okay, then help me.
No.
Exactly, then...
Just no guides.
But then help me.
No.
Then why can't I use a guide?
I'm just backseating.
You're backseat, you're supposed to be helping me as well.
I comment on the silly things that they say.
I didn't want to root around in the water. I wasn't even sure it really was water.
Wolf
Can
mode,
you
maybe,
use
yeah.
wolf mode?
Well, okay, that didn't help. Just dense light green fog. Try now. Oh.
The trail that I had
There we
seen
go.
in the cemetery seemed to continue down in the sewers, starting at one of the pipes and disappearing into the passageways.
Next day.
It was almost drowned out by the smell of the Ankh, though.
Oh, for fuck's sake, really? How'd you lose your way then?
Easy.
The trail that it was all...
Yeah. And then I guess we use it again. I don't know why you couldn't just stay in beast form, but okay.
There was all... It looked like some kind of
Fucking
nest.
hell.
I was strongly reminded
I
of
didn't even
what I
touch
found
it.
in the Milka's
I
cargo
right-clicked it and it
hold.
just did about
Only
5
this
messages at
nest
once.
seemed bigger somehow. There was all manner of debris piled up inside the
It's funny,
niche.
I
It looked
right-clicked
like
and then
some
suddenly
kind of
items
nest.
appeared on the floor.
I was strongly reminded of what I
Sounds
found
alright.
in the
I think
Milka's
it
cargo
glitched.
hold. only this nest seemed
Don't you
bigger
just love
somehow.
glitches?
Debris pendant. Oh yeah. I think that might be the
As
one
I
we're
stood
looking
in
for.
the alcove examining the pendant, I felt as if I wasn't alone. It was the same presence I'd felt in the Milka's hold. I could feel the cold touch of death upon me. It was a strangely light touch. Size obviously isn't important, I agree. You are Death, right? Rats have their own death?
I love rat death.
No offense, I mean, you're very, very intimidating. For a skeletal rat, at least. So what's your connection to the big guy? You're sort of like relatives, then. You probably get together for birthdays and Hogwatch night. I'd like to see that. If you don't mind me asking, were you on the Milka before? I thought so. What were you doing on the Milka?
I like how we can understand squeaks. It just sounds like someone's kissing.
No, please, go on.
Mwah.
Did you see anything? Well, I don't know anything unusual. Anything
It
else?
sounds like it's a puppet.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. It sounds like Sooty and Sweep.
And that's here. This is its lair.
This is fucking Sweep.
It can't be very
Yeah, that's
big.
it. I couldn't remember which one was the one that
That's not very
made
comforting.
the sounds.
But I guess
Yeah,
that's
so
not your
Sooty
job.
was the
Comfort, I mean.
the weird bear one, which didn't look
The yellow
sooty,
bear.
I
and
wasn't
then
suggesting
Sweep,
you weren't good at your
Was
Sweep
the-
was the grey dog.
which would make more sense to be sooty.
I've never looked at it that way before. I couldn't believe it. I was talking to a phantasmal rodent. I hoped he couldn't read my thoughts. He seems easily offended.
Phasmophobia.
So, what's it like being the death of rats?
It's okay. Because he's stuff in Vampire Diaries.
Oh no. We're saying it's like there's two things that always happen every episode of Vampire Diaries. One, there's always some
You don't
sort
get
of
to
event
talk
going
much,
on,
do you?
like a party, a ball, fucking anything. And the other thing is there's always someone just kissing every single episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just getting obvious.
Oh fuck! I clicked outside the screen.
Still here?
My boss watched it. I walked in once. She was watching
that's
it
what I thought.
on a lunch break, and I was like, "This is a load of shit."
So what's your connection to the big guy? You're sort of like relatives. You
Oh,
probably.
we've already done that one. It's because we just.
So, do you come here often? I'm sorry, it's not easy to think of things to say to something like you.
What do you mean something?
Well, it's not often I find myself in the sewers talking to a... What are you exactly? Exactly.
Right. It's gonna be funny to talk to.
I
about.
found this in the nest. Do you know anything about it? It was on the Milka,
There goes
so
the
this
kissy
thing
sound
brought
again.
it here for some reason. I could really use some help, you know. Oh, forget I asked. I had a feeling that the envelope wasn't something I should discuss.
He's the fucking deaf.
Do
What's he
these
gonna say?
bandages mean anything to you? Tempting as it was, I decided not to start attacking people with the crowbar.
Imagine he's whacked rat deaf against the wall. Oh,
I had a feeling that Mundy's...
okay, so none of the items help. Let's go into the notebook. Don't know what we're going to actually learn from this bloody thing.
Do you know any gods? Know any human gods? Oh, be pedantic, why don't you? I'm trying to find a golden sword. Can you help? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, that's the last time I saw it, when it was sticking out of my ribs. Does dead men's pointy boots mean anything to you?
I guess
Can
that was
you
a
help
no.
me find a jewel?
I think we have the jewel now.
Sorry, I forgot. You're a busy entity. I'm trying to find...
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah,
we've done it. Yeah.
Yep.
I forget that you have stuff on the previous pages as well.
Can you tell me anything about Matham's murder? Do you know anything about Cypher's murder?
I don't think he's going to tell us about any of the murders, but...
Do you think there's a connection between the creature who made these nests and the beast that killed Malachite and the beast that killed me? Can't you give me a little help? No, I understand. Professional ethics and all.
Professional ethics and all.
I couldn't...
That's how we're going to get out
Well,
of
it
it.
was
The
nice
Grim
meeting
Squeaker.
you. I have to get going. It's not like that. I have a lot of work to do. You too, huh?
Any debris.
I think the debris had outlived its usefulness the moment I pulled the pendant out of it. Perhaps I should just get away from the sewers and take a shower.
Nah. Alright, let's go one more place. I think we're going to need to go to the... straight up the wall.
It always looked much...
Easier in the cookies. I don't know why we have to do that conversation every single time.
Because you do.
To the pin. Is that
Do
yours?
either of you recognize this? Is of much familiarness.
From where?
Near sort being somewhere near. Ah, yesness. Seal on temple in Alkali.
It's the seal on the doors of a temple?
May I see?
Sure. Why not?
Ah, yes. I recognize that. That's from the temple with the intricate door locking mechanism, isn't it? Quite a marvel of technology for the era it was built, those doors. I was very impressed with them. Now, what was the name of the god it was
Anu Nanu.
dedicated to? I can't quite remember.
I know.
I am sure
This
you
is the
do, but
one...
give me a moment and it'll come
This
to me.
one dude's on
I
that.
think he meant it's from the temple of Anu Anu.
Ah, yes. I remember.
Anu.
Temple of Anu Anu at Al-Khali. A lovely building.
And
Lovely
this is a
building.
replica of the seal.
Of much sureness. Replica of most exactitude.
That might be helpful to know. Thanks.
I said that was going to be the last one, but might as well go and go to the bloody university now.
It's always... Nah, just this next bit.
Well, I mean,
No,
it's
just
like
this next bit.
it's usually if it's just as you've got like a bit of like a clue or something. It's like I can't
There
just leave
was a
it.
book on the temples of Great Nev, but not of Al-Khali. A shame, really. That could be really useful.
So the mansion.
would-
then.
I'd...
Right. Right, I keep going where you want. Actually, you know what? Screw it. There's such a pendant. Might as well.
There were books on jewelry, but I couldn't find the pendant in any of them. I did get the idea that the design of the pendant might match something else, though.
Okay. Alright, search anyway then.
There was a book in the library called Frescoes and Fatal Traps of the Temple of Al-Khali. But when I turned to the page on the door mechanism, it had been torn out by someone. I was going to have to find another copy of the book. There were only 2 other libraries in Ankh-Morpork that I knew about, and one of those was in the Assassin's Guild.
Do-do-do. Maybe. No, apparently not. I haven't got an Assassin's Guild anymore, though. As a stretch, is it the guy who always talks about Anu?
I have some more
Who's
questions.
notebook and
Ask them.
I'm going to ask him about this as well. Might as well.
I understand there's a temple of Anu at Al-Kali.
Indeed, one of the finest temples on the Disk.
Then why are you here? Why not worship in your own temple in Al-Kali?
Revengealism.
What's that?
It's where you go out into the community to attempt to convert people to your faith by threatening that something terrible will happen to them if they don't.
Mooncalf wasn't telling me something, but I didn't know what. Logical, I suppose, but unsatisfying.
Okay, right, let's go to...
Well,
Noteboard then.
I altered one of the subjects on the board, switching the Great Nev for Al-Kali. Now all I had to do was see if anyone took the bait.
What, are you supposed to leave and come back in then?
Maybe.
What have we got? Occult Primer, Monster Fun Grimoire, Fulamith, The Theory of Thorm...
That would be a no then. Books on tempo again.
I had a feeling I wasn't going to get away with stealing the book.
Fucking read it, you
copy
moron.
of Frescoes and Fatal Traps of the Temples of Al-Kali miraculously appeared after I changed the Octarine board. I guess the students took their studies more seriously than I thought, but fortunately they still didn't have much idea what it was they were studying most of the time. I had a...
Yeah,
I guess...
But oh my god. Right, am I supposed to use... Am I now supposed to use the, like... Anu thing?
No.
pendant's design matched the one in the book for the seal of the temple of Anu at Al-Kali. The temple was famed for its intricate door mechanism, and the book described how to manipulate the seal to open the temple doors. I used the same method on the pendant, and it opened with a faint click. Inside was a small piece of paper with names on it. One name leapt out at me. Therma. I decided to keep the list to myself.
And we're going to leave it there. Cliffhanger. Right. I'm so tired. I'm gonna watch a movie before bed, I think. Watch that new movie that's come out. Looks pretty interesting. But yeah, thank you for hanging around today, D. I'll be streaming probably with Dante tomorrow. The 7 Days to Die game.
Yes. 7 days to die.
You know, if anything like go and run out in front of the zombies, I'm not going to do it.
I don't know. It's fine.
What if I put the thing back?
No.
No, you said you wanted me to
No.
do it. I guess I won't put it back then.
On your own head be it.
But you just literally said it wouldn't matter if I could put it back.
No, it wouldn't. It's like, you still...
You make no sense sometimes.
You still have last time that I couldn't do it because you took it off.
I took it off because I hadn't learned
I'm
it
gonna get
yet.
revenge for that.
Revenge, like I did it on purpose. Anyway,
Yeah.
time for bed. Sorry about disappearing right at the time. That's fine. No arguing, don't worry. just trying to work out the logic behind it, but yeah, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. I don't know when we're supposed to be doing it. Most likely at night. But
At some point.
yeah, no night, guys. See you soon. Bang your head together. Sure.
Ouch.
No night. See you soon.